Well, hey there, everybody. It's me, Esther Bartkiw. Today we're going to talk about intuition, how to develop your intuition, strengthen it if you're already using your intuitive hits and flashes, and how to get to a point of trusting your intuition so much that you will make a 180 pivot on a dime, even if there's consequences, because you trust your intuitive hit. All right, so that's our topic for today. I am going to share with you a lot of tips and suggestions, and then troubleshooting some blocks to connecting with your intuition. It's going to be really good. So welcome back to my channel, everybody. My name is Esther Bartkiw. I am a holistic core belief therapist, intuitive energy reader. I help people to turn within and to discover, explore, and change whatever is going on inside that is preventing them from living and experiencing the life they desire. And it always boils down to beliefs, patterns, behaviors, concepts of reality, trapped trauma, unresolved memories and situations from the past, and even outside energies that have taken up residence within. Now, one of the most magical parts of our earth journey is our intuition. I truly believe that God Universe gave us intuition to help us to navigate our time here on planet Earth. So to develop it and to trust it, in my eyes, is very important. Now, first of all, let's talk about why this video came to be. Well, just about a month or two ago, I was in a country and I had all my accommodations and lodgings and plans and everything set, and it was all paid for. And I was happy. I was happy to be in that spot. But one morning I woke up and I heard my intuitive voice, my inner self, say, "Hold up." That's all it said, "Hold up." And I went like, "Hold up what?" And then the dialogue began. "Have you considered this location?" And I started to get flashes of images, and it felt good. I felt an excitement within. But then my limiting beliefs kicked in. It was like, "But you're going to lose a lot of money. And oh my gosh, well, just stay here. Just stay here for the extra month, and then you can go there." But this intuitive flash was so strong because I trusted, I followed it. I followed it, even though I knew there were going to be consequences, and there were. I lost some bucks, but I ended up in a place where I'm even more happy to be, and I know there's a reason for me to be here, and that it will unfold during my time in this space. All right, so first of all, what is intuition? There's many different terms and words that can be used to describe your intuition, and I'm going to just toss out a few of them to you. Some people call it their inner voice, or their inner knowing or sensing, a soul guidance, the whispers of their soul, higher self guidance, divine guidance, God guidance. For me, it is a divine voice of like ultimate great wisdom and understanding, and it's for you. Every piece of guidance and information it gives you is for you. There's not an alternative motive. Like sometimes our subconscious parts are caught up in a program, and there's an alternative motive to what they're saying, right? Because we have all kinds of voices inside of us telling us things. But when you tune into that divine voice that is for you, to me, that's your intuition, all right? So everyone has intuition, but not everyone is tuned into their intuition. Now, some people will come to me, and this is actually a very popular topic when people come to do session work with me. I'm getting all excited about this. And they'll say, "Esther, I want to I want to use my intuition. I want to tap into my intuition. I want to strengthen my intuition. And these are some of the steps that I will take them through. And the first step is know how your intuitive voice, that inner voice, communicates with you. Sometimes people say, my intuition, I get nothing, absolutely nothing. But when I dive deeper into that idea with them, we see that they're looking for words. They're looking to hear words in their head, but their intuitive voice is using flashes or images or body sensations. Okay? So it's important for you to know how your intuition communicates with you. It could be words, images, feelings, sensing, a deep knowing. It could be an actual physical, like you physically feel pulled in a direction. And I feel over time, your intuitive voice will speak to you in all of these ways, but often at the beginning, it's just one or two that your inner guidance knows, ooh, she's going to get this, or he's going to get this, and then it will develop. Now, this physical pulling is very interesting. Here's an example of how it happens to me. So I might be leaving my apartment, going to the supermarket, cafe, for a walk, to the beach, whatever it might be. And in my mind, I have a plan of where I'm going and the route I'm going to take. But I could walk outside of my apartment and I could physically feel myself being led in another direction. And I've learned to just go with it. Okay, so you might feel physically pulled towards something or physically, repelled, pulled back from something. So that could be one of the ways that your intuitive inner voice speaks with you. All right. Now, second point, this is really important. Determine if that intuition, that intuitive hit, is it really intuition or is it your wishful thinking? Okay. So when I first started to consciously develop my intuition, this is something I had to work on. I had to learn how to separate what was my wishful thinking. Oh, I know it's going to be true. I know it's going to be true. I know it's going to be true. And that's just me, or a part of me that wants it to be true, but it's not a true divine piece of information. Okay, so let me give you an example as I shift my position. Sometimes a female, a woman will come to me for a reading or for sessions, and they'll say to me, I know he left me, but my intuition is telling me that he's going to turn his life around and he's going to change his mind and he's going to realize how great we are together and we're going to be together. And I really feel that intuition is telling me it's going to be about 3 months and he's going to come back. And when we explore it, it's not intuition. It's either their own wishful thinking, or it's a part of them, a part of their subconscious that's trying to protect them, that says, oh no, Esther's hurt. Esther's hurt so much. How are we going to protect her right now? We're going to send her messages that he's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. That'll take the pressure off. That'll take the ease off and everything will be okay. But it's counterproductive because it prolongs the healing, it prolongs the hurt, and it sets you up for false hope. So understanding what is wishful thinking and what is a true intuitive hit. So again, if you know how your intuition speaks to you, you will be able to discern that. But also you can turn within and say, all right, who or what is speaking inside of me? Is that wishful thinking? What part of me gave me that message? Is this my true divine voice? All right. The third piece in this is pay attention to how your intuition speaks to you, okay? Like tone. So you want to look for, usually your intuitive divine guidance will speak to you very calmly, clearly, concise, short, like 2 or 3 words, like hold up, okay? Or a short sentence. It won't be demanding. It will ask you a lot of questions. So I get a lot of, why not consider that? Maybe you'll like it, Esther. Have you thought about this, Esther? And what I see is my divine guidance is opening a door to a possibility, opening a door to an opportunity, opening a door up to greater consciousness. And then it's my responsibility to step through it or not. Now, your divine guidance is going to support you either way, but the more you trust this inner voice, the more you will step through and at least investigate. All right. So if you are getting messages from within and you're saying, oh, that's my intuition, and it's a story, and there's lots of story. Well, you shouldn't do that because of this. And then they might say this, and this might happen. And we don't think you're going to really, really like it after all. And we just don't think you should do it. If you're getting that kind of story inside, that's likely not your intuition. That's some part of you that is running a program, trying to control the show. Typically, our parts of our subconscious are trying to protect us, but often the ways that they protect us are more harmful than good. Okay, so yes, clear, concise, simple, just very simple, not demanding. Okay, your inner voice, that intuition, will never demand that you do something. The choice will always be yours. So if you're hearing a demand, or if you don't do this, everything's going to fall apart, that kind of information, it's likely a part of your subconscious that is running some kind of a program that is counterproductive to what you consciously want to create in your life. Okay, so you may need to do a little bit of inner work there. All right. The only time your guidance may get a little bit demanding is if there's a sense of urgency or for your protection, like there's a fire, get out. Okay, but again, it'll be very simple. And you'll know it's coming from not so much a place of panic, but I'm shouting at you so that you really, really hear this, get out. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, some people feel their intuitive hits in their body, right? Butterflies in the stomach, butterflies in their chest. I feel it in the pit of my stomach. My stomach is all queasy, and absolutely our intuition speaks to us through our body. But again, it's important for you to discern, is this my intuition giving me these, flutters in my stomach right now? And what do the flutters mean? Or is it a part of me? Because if you have a part of your subconscious that is running a fear program, and it looks through life through the lens of fear, everything is through the lens of fear, and the way it signals fear to you is through butterflies in your stomach, it could be a part. It could be a part responding or acting out or manifesting inside of you, and not really your intuitive guidance. All right, so again, you want to turn within and say, okay, who or what is speaking inside of me? Is that my true divine intuition? Is this another part of me? You may have to do inner work, but the more you get familiar with that intuitive voice, the more you'll be able to say, no, that's a part of me. My intuition is telling me this. Okay? All right. So know how your intuition communicates with you. Is it wishful thinking? Is it a part acting out? Now, troubleshooting intuition blocks. So this has happened to me. It has likely happened to you. And again, this is something common that people come to me for assistance with. They'll say, Esther, I followed my intuition and it was a disaster. Everything went wrong and it didn't turn out the way I wanted or I expected. And now they're in self-doubt. They're trusting their intuition even less. And some people are at the point where they're starting to block the intuition. Before you block your intuition, let's look at this. Okay, what could be going on here? Because we've all experienced this. Okay, so some of this is recap. First of all, you have to ask yourself, was it really your intuition or was it your wishful thinking that you were following? Was it your intuition or was it a part of you with another agenda that you were following? And the third piece is, and this is a very highly likely scenario, okay? It happens. Your intuition led you down a path that ended up in trouble, discomfort, a disaster, because there was something there for you to learn, grow, and implement before you could get onto the path to actually create and experience what you want. And I know people don't like to hear that. I don't like to hear that either, but it happens. So if I follow my intuition, these are the questions I asked myself. Oh, Esther, was that really your wishful thinking? Was that a part of me that was sending me in this direction? Or is there something I need to learn here and clean up before I can get going on the path to my desired creation? All right. A few other things to look for. Sometimes people block their intuition because they are afraid of connecting with their intuition. Maybe you grew up in a family where intuition and seeing things and knowing things was considered to be weird and bizarre, and we just don't do that in our family. So you've got some kind of a family influence or friends influence that's blocking your intuition. Maybe you're afraid of hearing and connecting with your intuition because if you hear the guidance, you're going to have to do something. Right? You're going to have to do something. You're going to have to make change. And maybe for you, change is scary. And change could be fear of success. And it could be fear of failure, right? Or if I get the divine guidance, my God, I'm going to have to do something. And that means I'm going to have to leave my comfort zone. And I don't want to leave my comfort zone because I might lose my friends. I might lose my family. What if it's actually worse than better? I mean, there could be all kinds of limiting beliefs and thoughts that come up. All right. Some people might be afraid of tapping into their natural ability. Like I said right at the beginning, I really believe intuition is a tool, a gift that God universe gave us to navigate Earth, right? Our Earth experience. And maybe you're afraid of being that powerful, having that gift. Really? Me? I can be that magical that I have this intuitive voice that guides me, all right? Fear of what other people think, whether people think, you follow your intuition, you hear voices inside, you must be weird, or, hey, my intuition told me to ditch all this and go in this direction, and they're like, what, are you crazy? So, if you place a lot of importance on other people's opinions, that could stop your intuition as well. And this is where the inner work, the belief work, the patterns, behaviors, all those things I can help you with comes into play, all right? So, one more point just to wrap this up. To strengthen and develop and trust your intuition, at the end, the bottom line is you practice, 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 practice. Keep practicing, keep sifting, keep learning, keep asking, is this my divine guidance? Is this a part of me? Is this my wishful thinking? Clearing the beliefs. And you will get to a point where your intuition may come up to you and say, hold up, did you think about this? And within a couple of days, you make a big pivot, even though there might be consequences. And it might not be a money consequence. It could be a job. It could be a friendship, a relationship. It could be a location. It could be leaving a comfort zone to try something new, and that's got you a little shaky. But you're at the point where you know that this is my divine guidance, intuitive voice, and where it leads me is someplace good. So I hope this information was helpful to you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you again. Ciao for now.